What's up, guys? Today, thought I would just make a very raw video talking about my experience so far here in Thailand, training Muay Thai, um, and just everything that has come along with it. So, light up a cigar, chill, relax, and I did a little poll on Instagram, so we're just gonna go through all the questions that friends, family had for me. Okay, we will start at the top. Let's see. First question from Gabby. Do you think you'll be able to handle the reality of being back home in the US? Well, first of all, I'm able to handle anything. So, of course, I can handle it. Am I going to enjoy it? I think when I get back home, the first few weeks, especially, maybe even the first couple months, it'll be nice just to kind of return to something that's comfortable and familiar. It'll probably be relaxing and it'll feel kind of calm. But I think after that initial phase of having that comfortability again wears off, it's going to be very frustrating. Fortunately enough, about 3 weeks after I get back, I do go on a cruise with my family, so that'll be nice to break things up. But then after that, it will probably be a couple months of just being back in my routine that I was at home, and I think I'm not going to love it, but of course I can handle everything. From Nicole, what has surprised you the most since moving? So this is hard. I feel like I did a lot of research and really prepared myself coming here. I don't feel like much has really surprised me. I guess maybe just how good it actually is. Like, I guess part of me was still doubting that it really could be what I thought it was going to be. And it turned out to be everything that I was hoping for and more. So what surprised me the most is just how few negatives there really are. Like, I thought surely some stuff would pop up, and some stuff has. We'll get to that in other questions. Um, but it really is as good as it seems, which is, I don't know, it's mind-boggling. It's insane. Next from Greg, he said, "How many meals do you have per meal?" So I think he wrote this how he meant it. So the food here, the portion sizes can be kind of small. So a lot of times at the cafe at the gym, I'll end up having like two meals for one meal. I'll have to order two dishes. So I think that's what he meant. How many meals do I have per day? If that's what he meant, then like normally 4 or 5. I feel like I can eat all day here, and I never stop. But we'll talk about the food more in a moment as well. Uh, Next we have from Mike, my old boss at Chippendales. He commented. He said, "Let's spar when you get back." I messaged him back. I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." It's going to be really fun to go back and train with other people back home again after having this experience. I still am obviously not the greatest fighter in the world by any means, but it's really been awesome training, learning Muay Thai. So it'll be cool to go back home, go back to Syndicate, do some classes there, go train with my buddy Trent at Extreme Couture, train with Mike, spar with friends. It'll be fun. From Austin Chain, don't be gay, talk about lady boys. What do you want me to say? They're around, they exist. But everyone's very nice, everyone's still cool, everyone's friendly. But yeah, there are lady boys. If you go on like the dating apps, there's definitely lady boys. Uh, I know you want me to go take a picture with a lady boy chain, but I'm probably not going to do that. Some of the other guys a few weeks ago, they went to a lady boy drag show. I did not attend. Okay, from Ria, what did you learn about yourself? I don't know. I haven't thought about this one very much. I feel like I'm happy just like I really am happy just being at peace, and it really was the environment that I was in that was making me feel so weighed down. Um, Also, I didn't really learn this about myself. Like, I feel like this is something I already knew, but just how fast things can change. Like since I've been here, I felt like a whole new person, and literally all it took was going to a different environment. So I've learned that I'm capable of anything. I set my mind to it, and I decide to go do it. From Jonas, how you grow a beard like that? Bro, you know my answer. Cigars, grounding in nature. Um, and I just getting older. I decided it was time to grow up and grow a beard. That's it. Time to grow up. From Yori, we're gonna skip that one. From Prahast, would you prefer living here for the rest of your life? I don't think I would live here for the rest of my life, but I do want to live here for part of the foreseeable future. I I think my plan when I get back is going to probably be try and get back here and for next time stay 5 months, 6 months, and then spend the rest of the time back home over the summer, especially back home because I can travel to like Alaska or a road trip to national parks. Um, I don't think I would want to permanently move here, but I do think I want to spend a lot more of my life here. Because when he says the rest of your life, that has me thinking like getting a property out on some land near a small town, like in the Midwest or something like that. I think is rest of my life kind of vibes. But here, I don't know. It could be. It really is still that simplicity, and you're really just surrounded by nature and training, and it's a beautiful routine. Uh, Back home, we're getting into it now. Had some great conversations last night with this girl Justine, and uh, I've really like I came to a head of this conversation and realized, okay, back home I get bored. Here I get peaceful. When there's nothing to do here, I feel at peace. When there's nothing to do at home, I feel like I need to find something to distract myself because I'm bored. So I think that it's like the dynamic shift. It's weird. We'll continue though. From Gethin. So Gethin asked, love you, Gethin, but he asked a bunch of questions. So we're gonna kind of rapid fire them. You want to give me stuff to talk about. He said, "Would you go back?" So I just stated yes, absolutely. I'm intending to for sure. How expensive is it? This is a good question. So the most like upfront expense of this is the flight of getting here. I think it was about 1,800 round trip to Bangkok from Vegas, and then about 300 round trip from Bangkok to the island. So that's roughly the cost of the flight. Accommodation, it was about I think 1,600 US for 52 nights, and that includes my gym membership. The place I'm staying is relatively nice. I haven't had many problems. I think we'll get into that as well in future questions, so I'll hold off from starting to talk about that. Uh, and then the other expenses here, it really depends how you want to live. You can scrape by very cheap here if you want to, or you could spend just as much as you would spend back home. So food on average can cost anywhere from you could get a traditional Thai meal on the street for 40 50 baht, which is like $1.50 US, or you could go to places where I've been eating like the cafe at the gym, or American like fast food places like KFC, McDonald's, and you're going to be paying closer to like $7 to $10 US for a meal, which still is not bad. Like one of the meals at the gym that I've been eating a lot is a Thai dish, pad krao pao. It's just like brown rice, chicken, pork, and egg, and that costs about $5 US at the gym, and it's a lot of food. Very good meal, very healthy, a lot of protein. So you definitely can save a lot of money out here. It's just getting out here, planning it all. But yeah, expense wise, dude, that's another great thing is since I've been here, this has attributed a lot to my peace of mind. Is I have not had to think about money or spending at all. Back home, that consumes so much of my consciousness and my like brain power is just thinking about money, 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 money for no reason. It's not even real. It's numbers on a screen. We're all going to be rich from crypto soon anyway. So, uh, Gethin says, "What is something you would do differently?" So differently, I think next time when I come back, two things. I'm probably going to me and Prahas saw him in some prior videos. Me and Prost are hopefully going to come back at the same time, ideally, and we will rent out a nice villa instead of staying in a hotel. We'll rent out a nice villa, and then when I get back home, I intend on doing my motorcycle license and get my international motorcycle license. You don't need it out here, but you're supposed to have it, and I want to have some comfortability on the bike first. Uh, but I've been riding a bicycle around this whole time, so next time I come back, I will absolutely get my motorcycle license and rent a scooter and drive that around instead because that will be very convenient, much nicer. It'll be cool to, get a pair like of some pit vipers and zoom around the island. This is something I thought about beforehand as well. I didn't know how it was going to be here, but after riding the bicycle here, I could say I would be very confident in riding a scooter and staying safe. If I were to go to a place like Bangkok, I know it's a lot more hectic and a lot more dangerous. I would not ride a scooter there, but here on the island, especially where I'm staying outside of the main tourist area of Choang, here in Lamai, it's nice. It's chill. You could drive here very easily. What's the worst part of the experience from Gethin? Worst part has been my skin. I already have allergies, eczema, and bugs that I can't even see have been biting me, mostly in my sleep. It's not bed bugs. I've really checked. I've really looked. It's always bugs that I cannot see. Sometimes I'll just feel something on my leg. I'll look down. I see no bug there, and then the next day, a little red bump. So I don't know how much you could see, but it's healing up now quite a bit. I went to the doctor. I had like antibiotic. I've gotten a bunch of antihistamines, a bunch of creams, but it's been a constant battle with my skin. So that's been the most frustrating thing since I've been here. And every day, like I acknowledge that, like if that's the biggest problem I have while I'm here, I'm very grateful because much worse things could happen. I've seen plenty of people get into scooter accidents, um, bigger health problems arise. So count my blessings. Very grateful, right? Knock on wood. Uh, I'm okay with that. I can live with that. Other worst part of the experience, I would say, for me, is just the food in general. They Thai is supposed to have really good food, but I have dietary restrictions. I'm allergic to nuts. I'm allergic to shrimp. I have to be very careful where I eat, especially because they do cook a lot with nuts in traditional Thai places. So I don't go to any of those. I stick mostly to the gym, the cafe at the gym, because they're very, very clean, very well kept. Uh, they can communicate well with me. I know that what I'm eating is safe and it's high quality and well prepared. And then, it's shitty to say, McDonald's, KFC, like I know what I'm getting. It's not the greatest food in the world, but I still feel like the ingredients there are sourced better than they are in the US at the fast food places. And look, it's good enough for me, man. I had never had a Big Mac until I came here, but I'm enjoying it. It's getting me by, and it's not half bad. So that would be my other thing. Gethin also asked how was the food. So yeah, that's all I would say. If you have no dietary restrictions and you have a strong stomach, there's plenty of food out here, and there's tons of stuff to try, and you'll have no issues. But for me, I have to be a little careful. Gethin also asked, "What's your favorite part of the trip?" I would have to say just the training and the people. The training has been amazing, phenomenal. The gym has been super accommodating. It's just made everything so easy. And then just meeting all the people that I met it, in a place like this, everyone's very friendly. You're very easy and quick to connect with other people because you're all kind of here for the same reasons, and you're all just kind of on the same wavelength. And it's been really, really nice. You know, you don't feel like you have to try out here. Everything just kind of happens naturally, and the peacefulness of it. Again, you don't get bored when nothing's going on. You feel at peace, at least for me. Lastly, from Gethin, what's the people like, tourists and locals? So I just kind of went over the tourists. You meet a lot of people, same wavelength. And locals too, though, very friendly. Everyone super, super nice. Happy to talk to you, happy to meet you, happy to, you know, just be there with you. And it's just great. Everyone is good energy. It's no negativity. No one's in a rush. Everyone's just laid back. The attitude here is very much like it's all good and it's nice. From Magnus, how many bottles of Kratom would it take before you decide to live in Koh Samui? Dude, I don't need any bottles of Kratom. So if you missed my other video, kratom is basically it's a tea that they make out here with a native leaf, and it kind of functions as a painkiller and binds to your cells the same way an opioid does, or similar way. So a lot of people use it to like taper off of opioids. Um, but I was talking to the owner of the gym, and he was telling me about how since they've it's gone back and forth in legality, and since it's become so legal again and like very very easy to access, it's so cheap. You get a big bottle of this stuff for 20 baht, 40 baht, and it'll put you on your ass, man. If you drink all that, like you will be feeling it. But the owner of the gym was telling me, he's like, yeah, I don't like it. Like a lot of people have gotten so addicted to it, they rely on it. So it's not great. And I'll spread that message for Marcus just to let the people know. Uh, I don't think there's a harm in trying it if you're not an addictive person, but if you have an addictive personality, it's probably best to stay away even while you're out here. And probably don't try the kratom. I tried it. I thought it was cool. It's whatever. I don't have an addictive personality. So for me, it was fine. It was whatever. It wasn't even very intense. It's a very like mild experience. From Livy, our answer your favorite animals. From Drew, what has been your biggest accomplishment? I think my biggest accomplishment this trip was just doing the trip and getting out here because I didn't know if I was going to be able to actually make it happen if I had it in me, and I did. So that is probably my biggest accomplishment is just making it actually happen. Also, the music video I made, I was super happy with that. And finally, from Livy, do you like nuts? Again, but those are all the questions. Final thoughts. Um, it's been great, man. It's been over like 5 weeks now, about, and dude, I'm just so grateful I was able to come here, been able to train, been able to meet so many amazing people, and that it really is as good as I was expecting it to be. So I hope this answers some of your questions. I hope you enjoyed me sharing this experience. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know any other questions you might have. I'll be happy to make a part two. I'll definitely make a follow-up video. I have about 2 weeks left, so at the end of the trip, I'll make a video kind of wrapping up my thoughts on the whole thing when I get back home and how I feel being back home. Um, but if you have any questions also about actually moving out here and it's something you're interested in, let me know. I'll share all the information with you that I have uh, and that I used to make it happen. Also, great news, just reminded me, the government just changed. They just passed something allowing you to get a visa for Muay Thai. Before it was 60 days. Now you can do a visa for Muay Thai that is 90 days. So it makes it a little easier. If you want to stay a long period of time, you have to do less passport like border runs, which is what a lot of people will do that want to stay a long time. They just do a border run every 30 or 60 days to stamp their passport. But now they extended it, so Muay Thai visa you could do 90 days, and if you go to the gym that I am at, they will help you set that up as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.